Das ist eigentlich am Mitdrehen.
Доводите.
Non sta.
C'est juste ça. Descends.
Тут машет рукой.
Gut anschauen.
So now I call it Czechoslovakia. That's a good one. You can use it more. is Alex. If you have questions, if you have curiosities, you can ask me. We'll be together for 1 hour and 10 minutes. And we will talk about the city history from the very beginning, the Greek period, until World War II, 1943. So we start with the Greeks. They built the city in 475 before Christ. The city of Napoli was built by the Greeks. The original name was Neapolis, which in Greek means new city. So this was a new colony for the Greeks. The stone that they used is a volcanic rock called tufa, or tuf, which is this volcanic stone that you see here. Because in Napoli we have two volcanoes, you know that. We have Vesuvius and Campi Flegrei. So we have two different volcanic rocks. One is basalt, that's the rock you see on the street paving, it's black stone when you walk in the city streets. That's lava from Vesuvius, but it's too heavy for the buildings, so we use it for the road. For the buildings we use tufa. This is the volcanic rock that you see here. Because this is a sedimentary stone, it's not lava, so it's easy to cut, very malleable, very easy to use. And so the Greeks used this cave to extract the building material, like a quarry. So they had a chisel, a hammer, Greek people working here, they extract the blocks, put them on a platform, transport them outside, you see, through the shaft. And we have a building, we have a Greek house, a well, and a cave. So they decided to use the underground as an aqueduct, a water supply system for fresh water. But where is the water from? In Napoli, we don't have a river, that is true. And we don't have a lot of rain. We have groundwater found under the soil. Next to Vesuvius, the Greeks found groundwater. They connected 15 kilometers of canals, underground waterways, to get the water here. And this became a cistern, that is a water tank, a reservoir. Every building had a well with water. You need water, like in the Greek age, you drop a bucket with a rope, like old-fashioned way, and get the water upstairs. Are you with me so far? Everything good? That's the Greek period. Roman period began 326 before Christ. That's the Roman conquest, because they came from Rome, and they absorbed Napoli into Roman territory, and they rebuilt Pompeii, Herculaneum, Pozzuoli, places you can visit still today. So now, they had to create a new aqueduct in the Roman style. That means above ground, with the arches. You see them everywhere in Europe. 96 kilometers long aqueduct, serving 8 towns by 39 before Christ. Are you with me so far? I ask you because the Italian history is very long, so I have to be with you. So we have Greek, Roman, Middle Age, Renaissance, Spanish period. This is very interesting because you know about the history, right? You know, Italy is a young country. We became a country in 1861 with one king and one crown. Because before 1861, Italy, you know the map, right, was divided into different states, territories, colonies, and I give you the whole menu. Now, you know the north of Italy? Torino, Milan, Venice. Okay. Torino and Sardinia together were Kingdom of Savoy, which gave birth to the nation. Milan and Venice, very famous cities. They were part of Austria, were in the Austrian Empire. The Vatican State was much bigger than today. It was from Bologna to Lazio. Tuscany was independent, and we have the south. The south of Italy, trust me, I know what I'm talking about, was a battlefield for 80 years between France and Spain. These two countries fought in Italy to absorb into their territories the south of the country. In 1504, Spain won. The Spanish Empire won the last battle, and they incorporated, that's the correct word, Italy, South Italy, into Spanish territory. So the King of Spain became King of South Italy, but it was in Madrid. Here we had a governor that is a viceroy. So Spain sent representatives of the crowns in Napoli. That is why, and finally you know why, we have Toledo Street. We have Toledo Street because it was built by architects who came from Toledo, Spain. So they called it Toledo Street. The area where we went for the two weekends, how is it called? Spanish Quarter. We are under the Spanish part of the city. So to make things easy for non-locals, I use two formulas. One formula is we have a Greek father and a Spanish mother, the main components. And then we have the Greeks who started the aqueduct, the Spanish completed. They made the last extension. In 1620, the population of Naples was 500,000. We were not the biggest, yet the most crowded town in Europe. We had a lot of people. It was Paris and London combined together. But Napoli was small. It was limited in its size. So we have to make a new aqueduct. How do you make a new aqueduct? You ask money to the king. We asked the money to the king of Spain, sent the money. We used the budget to complete the aqueduct. You know how long the aqueduct is? 120 kilometers. Don't worry, we visit one. 14,000 caves. Every building, rich building, working class building, everybody had water. From water, you just drop in the bucket and get water. Everything clear? That was until 1884. Because in 1884, the aqueduct was closed after a very bad cholera epidemic disease. Because 200 years ago, there was a problem with the pipes. The pipes were the dirty water, so the sanitation pipes of the toilet system was made of ceramic. And they were running above where the water was. They broke. There was a problem. They broke down, and all the unfiltered mechanical water fell into the drinking water, contaminating the aqueduct immediately. And the people above didn't know, because the news was not that fast like today. So they kept drinking the water. 10,000 people died because of the cholera epidemic. The king of Italy, Umberto I, you know Galileo Umberto? Umberto I of Savoy was the king who closed the aqueduct in Napoli and sent engineers to remove the water. They pumped the water out, and the place was empty. So he stopped the cholera, and to thank him, we built him Galileo Umberto. Galileo Umberto was a token of thankfulness for the king who stopped the cholera. Nice gift, eh? It's very good. And that was the end of the aqueduct. For 60 years, the place was abandoned. Nothing happened. June 1940, you know what happened? Mussolini, the fascist leader of Italy, declared the war to France and England. So now Italy, fascist Italy, let's be more accurate. Fascist Italy was allied with Nazi Germany, so Hitler and Mussolini were in the same mountains. When the war began in Italy, Napoli became a military port for the German Italian troops going to Africa. So the first bombings in Napoli were in 1940 from Corsica, was the French, and from Malta, it was the British. Now, you know where Napoli is geographically. We are far from Corsica and Malta, right? So the bombings in 1940 were not heavy. I mean, they were not frequent, right? In 1943, the bombings escalated because in 1943, American and British troops took Sicily, so they liberated Sicily from the fascist Nazi troops, and so Palermo and Catania became Allied troops bases to bomb Napoli directly, and the bombings became more frequent. Truth be told, in 1943, Napoli was bombed 115 times in 1 year. Luckily, we have the underground. The idea is, let's use the underground as a bunker, as a shelter for the people to take cover. Very good idea. We had 11 floors, 40 meters, 120 feet below the ground, so it was a safe place to be. The staircase that we took didn't exist until 1943, because at the beginning it was just the well for the water. The military made the stairs for the people to get here, 186 steps. The water pipes, that is to give drinking water and also the water for the toilet used in the bunker. The electricity system, you see, that was for the lights, to get the light in the bunker so that people could see everything. There was the church, so the church that was for the Catholics to pray, and we had the food storage and many toilet areas I will show you later. Okay, so you have everything you need to temporarily stay. That's the most important thing. People live in the bunker. Sometimes people don't give you the correct information. I'm here to tell you the correct one. People didn't live in the bunker. They were here 2-3 days. When the attack was over, they went back outside. And that was when the attack was coming. You hear a siren, you go underground, in 10 minutes, the bombing is going to start, so you're in a safe place. When the bombing is over, you go back outside. And don't worry, because in Naples we have 641 bunkers. So a lot of people, around 270,000 people was the maximum capacity. This area that we visit today on the tour, 4,000 people. It was a civilians. Okay? So March, October 1943, the bunker was operational. October the 1st, Naples was liberated by the partisans. It was the women and the men of the city with the weapons attacked the Nazi fascist troops. In 4 days the city was liberated before the Allied troops arrived. That was the end of the war, 18 months before the death of Mussolini. When Mussolini was killed, it was really the end of the war in our country. Everything clear? And what happened after the war? Reconstruction, right? All over Europe, the cities were bombed. We have to reconstruct them, to build the new houses. In Naples, we had a complication. When the Nazi and fascist troops had left, they confiscated all the vehicles that we had. So we had a lot of ruins from the war, and no machines to remove them mechanically, because it was all gone. But we had 14,000 open wells. So what did we do? We threw the ruins down the wells. For 45 years, but I told him, Mario, I found the well, put it down. 45 years, what happened? It was totally covered with debris, exactly, like totally. Up to the sea, there was ruins. And you remember that gentleman who checked your tickets at the entrance? He's 83, that's amazing. His name is Salvatore. He came here in 1979 with his brother and 5 cousins, true story. With bags, buckets, they started removing by hand, manually, the debris from the underground. You know how long it took to clean 1 kilometer? 10 years. It's crazy, eh? Because the city, the government, the local government, didn't support them financially. This is another true fact. They didn't get money from the city. They did it voluntarily with their own funds. That's why you come and play. Because when you pay the ticket for the tour, that money goes to recover the history, explore more, and protect the integrity of the History Association. And you support also the local guys. So thank you for being here. At the end of the tour, there is a small gift shop, like every museum. There is a small souvenir shop where you can buy some local things. Because we thought, instead of giving you free bags of dirt, it's okay to buy something to keep the place going. Okay, that's all. Everything clear? So photos and videos, okay. If you have questions, don't worry, ask me. And don't worry about the entrance. The entrance is not the exit. The entrance is 11 floors, the exit is 5 floors. Sort of, okay? Are you ready? Come on. Yeah.
Ja, je pakt je met tas, hè? Het is je veiligheid.
Oh my God, I was playing. I was a teenager. Now, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, there was water here. This was an aqueduct. But don't get fooled by the size of the cave. The water never reached to the top. Because if the water had reached to the top, that would become stagnant. Because if the water doesn't move, you can't drink it unless you use silver or something. You don't have silver, so you make the water go this level, not higher, so that it can move through the canals and gain speed and pressure. So it's streaming water with water. And if you touch the water, you see, it's waterproof, it's impermeable, water resistant, because the Spanish, also the Greeks before them, realized that this rock is very porous. It absorbs water. So to prevent that from happening, they use this waterproof layer. If you touch it, you see, here is waterproof, here is porous. So had they used this technique, there will be no water in 3 days' time. And on these walls, that you see around, people made graffiti, mural art in 1943, because there was 4,000 people here for 2-3 days. Now, this is a great group who were here for 1 hour and 10 and go out again. You have to kill 3 days of boredom. Today is easy. Facebook, Google, Netflix, the news, not the news, no. But you can draw on the walls. Look, they made wonderful graffiti. See the lady here? Come closer, people in the back door. See the lady here? She was a model for a makeup advertisement. You know, like today. Yeah, makeup, buy this lipstick, buy this eyeliner. You know Marlene Dietrich? Very famous German singer and actress. Look! People from Marlene Dietrich. Come closer, let me work. Come. Take photos, take things. Marlene Dietrich, very famous German singer from Berlin and actress. Benito Mussolini, I show you. That's nice. Before the video. It's Marlene. Benito Mussolini, I show you on the other side. Benito, Mussolini and the fascist leader of Italy, 1922, 1943, Italy had a 21-year-long dictatorship. And here we have another lady. She was not related to Mussolini, she was a can-can dancer. Good job. Because in the 1930s and 40s, this was the theater district. Still is, but we don't have like many theaters like before. So there was like a can-can night, maybe the bowling, and people drew the lady that they saw on the stage. It's good, eh? You like the tour? Yeah. You like the guide? Yes. Thank you, my father. You like adventure? Yes. Now I am serious. It's health and safety, and British people love it a lot. Health and safety. It's good humor, don't worry. It's not offensive. So, total honesty. I'm funny, but I'm honest. If you don't like small spaces, if you are not big fans of claustrophobia, don't take the tunnel. It's easy. Don't try. As Yoda said, there is no try. Do or not do. Not try. Okay? So, if you are claustrophobic or for any other impediment, don't take the tunnel, take the alternative route, so you feel relief. If you like adventure, you can go in the tunnel. It's 30 meters, 90 feet long, and goes to a big room. So I rephrase that. Those who are not going in the tunnel, tell me now, and I take you to the alternative route. If all want to go, we go, no problem. If you have a big backpack, just carry by hand. What do you say? Going? Everybody going? You're going? Going? Everybody going? Oh, we all go. Okay. That's good. Okay. So follow me. And if you have a big backpack, carry by hand. Put your step here.
Да, большие кузовы не пройдут. Ни хера себе.
These are the ruins from World War II.
Фотографируешь рок,
No, this is to show you how it was. It's intentional.
You can keep few bags for us.
Exactly. These are the ruins from the war,
Oh, yes.
from the post-war period.
Okay.
Now watch your head, we continue.
This is home.
That's perfect.
Great experience. Thank you.
Yes, my pleasure, my pleasure. So, where are you from?
From Australia, Russia.
Nice, nice. Спасибо, спасибо.
Пожалуйста.
Thank you. It's good there. There you go. Just that. That's perfect. Was it nice? You liked it? Really good. Good experience? Which city are you from? You are from okay. Okay. From Antwerp. Like, it wasn't like a drama. She's like, oh, you very mature. But that's oh, well, you know, so we were traveling in the all explored. A few months, she was here, she was there. What is it? They hate my accent. No, they don't. They just find I go, what's the husband's name? Hey, Tom! Hey, Tom! Hey, Tom! I can't play control. Is he here? He's coming in, of course. No, don't be sorry, it's good. A big applause for Peter, people. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. So, everything good in the tunnel? Why was it narrow, in your opinion? I asked you, an active forget. Correct the water flow. Sorry, she said it earlier. Correct. Let me rephrase that. It was intentionally made that narrow for the water to run fast and get pressure. So correct. Because we did cross a waterway. It wasn't for the people to come into the tunnel. That's 2,000 years old. It wasn't designed for the people to cross. That's why sometimes we must duck or we must watch ourselves. But we did it because there is no panic, no danger now. In 1943, now the city was 4,000 people in panic, in danger. They were running for their lives. Imagine 4,000 people in the town. Can we travel so to avoid that, during the war, this tunnel was not accessible. It was like a wall. That one was built for the people to come. It's more space, you see, it's bigger. So that's why I said the alternative route is what people normally use in 1940 to get. What about food, eh? You are in the every day. What do you eat? Pizza fritta? Or salad or something? Canned food. You know, concepts, right? Rations. It was military rations because our countries were involved in the conflict. bread, fruit, a whole meal. That's very important. You have all the nutrients you need. That was the pantry. You see that room behind the arch was the storage for the food. Because in this area, the temperature is constant, 18 degrees Celsius, 53 Fahrenheit. So it's always good to store food, but also blanket, pillow, mattress, if people needed to spend the night hours in a bunk, and toilet paper and soap for the hygiene, the routine in the toilet. You want to have a laugh? Yes? I tell you, it's true. The toilet paper in 1943, that's a history, was not like the comfortable white rolls we get today. Never enough. It was newspapers and magazines from the fascist regime. Isn't that great to know? People are like, oh, war around. There is justice at the end. But in any country with a regime, until the 50s, because the toilet paper that we use is an industrial revolution from the 50s. But in 1940s, what the country is printing, and in that case, was the fascist journal. So, yes. Now, I show you the toilet areas, and mind you, how was the infrastructure of the toilet arranged? Next room. The toilet areas were looking like this. The other ones were totally destroyed and totally removed, but here something remains. You can see the skeleton of the infrastructure. That means there was a door to keep the privacy in the area of the toilet. There were sanitation pipes and water closets that are no longer there. Why? There is a historical reason. After the war in Europe, we experienced poverty. There was a lot of poverty in the countries after the war. So everything that you can find getting by the day. You know, zinc, ceramic, that's why they came and took everything that was not fixed with a name. But you can see the marks left by the water system of the toilet. So there was a water closet, sanitation pipes, and there was no seat. This is what you call in English squat toilets, like no seat, no germs. The place must be totally clean, must be totally, maintained in hygienic, pristine. And where did it go? That's the question. Where did the fecal and urine go? Down to the sea. Because there were the pipes. Yes, because the lakes, the rivers, and the seas where it was going, now filtered. Back in the day, it was unfiltered, but that helped 270,000 people. So, you like black humor? If you like black humor, in Italy we have a joke. It's a high joke, so we say the only good thing that Mussolini did in all his lifetime was the bunker. You understand the joke, no? Because the rest was horrible, but the bunker was good. The only good thing he did, that's the joke. Because the rest was terrible. People say, well, next to Mussolini, there was no more malaria in the country. What is it? Yes, but also there was not many people that stayed to be alive. So, okay, so, because people try to be funny, like in my career, I heard some crazy stuff. And a couple of weeks ago, can I share this episode with you? Because it's at the top of my head, during my day. Not very long to work, so I forget. The lady's not here any longer because she begged to be funny. She interrupted me because I'm talking about that. I didn't beg about Mussolini, but I'm a big fan. Maybe I'm biased. But I have a degree in World War II history. Anyway, long story short, she said, Alex, don't talk that bad about Mussolini. She made a joke. She meant it as a joke. You know that when Mussolini was here in power, the trains were never late. I'm like, she meant it as a joke. You know how I killed the joke? How I killed the joke instantly? That's true. You know where the trains were going, madam? End of the joke. See, that you're laughing, but you know what I mean. So we don't try to be funny about that. I'm telling you, the only good thing he did is the bunker. End of the story. And you can see that people survived in the bunker. So that's important. And who helped the Italians to destroy the fascist regime? Who did? The Allied troops. I'm not pro-American or pro-British per se. I'm talking about the 1940s. These are the masterpieces. They helped and encouraged the Italians to rebel when it was a good time to rebel. Because when Mussolini fell, people finally could destroy the fascist regime. And Churchill and Roosevelt were very clear about it. We are not bombing the Italians. We are bombing Italy to destroy Mussolini. And the same was with the bombings in Germany. We're not bombing you, we're bombing the Nazis. But, you know, that's what everything is with the war. It's bombings and just that. But I give you good stories about the war in this bunker. 4 kids were born here. That's a good story. No? 4 kids were born in the bunker. 4 mothers, they all survived. And 2 weddings were celebrated in the church. You remember the church? 2 weddings. You know where they spent the first honeymoon night? In the bunker. They wrote their names. We married here. It's true, I show you. And hundreds, totally serious story. Hundreds of German, Austrian, Italian soldiers from the Axis didn't want to fight anymore. Because in 1943, that is true, the war was not going well for Hitler. Mussolini was going well for the Allied troops. Many, not all, but many soldiers, German, Austrian, Italians, didn't want to fight anymore and came here in the bunker to escape, to desert. Is that correct? Desert? Yeah. So they came here. They mixed with the civilians. They respected each other because they were not here to fight. They were here to escape. Took off the uniforms, took off name tags in the gutter, put on civilian clothes, and escaped. Remember, before the ruins were thrown here, you can go to Garibaldi. Going that way, you go to the central station if you find the correct area to get to the bunkers. You can go to the Verena and get a boat in that direction. So you save yourself. And hundreds, including my grandpa, who was a soldier in Naples during the war, said, I'm not fighting anymore, I want to escape. So he did. And he used the one in moment for one of the bunkers to escape. So, first of all, it is true because it's my direct testimony from my family, but also to confirm we found helmets and ammunition here in the ruins. And we also asked to make sure that people in the 70s were here in the 40s, so they vouched that everything I just said is totally true. And these are good stories about the war. Now, you want to explore the area of the tracks before we go? You want to have a look at the infrastructure? It's easy. Take my torch, have a look, and then come back here. Those who are born, follow me. So,
Zeg maar, wij moeten die echt kijken weer. Ja, zeker.
shower thing right here.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's a shower area.
I wait for the others, so I don't forget the big one.
Yeah, there's a few more behind us.
I can wait, it's okay. I finish at 6. I finish at 6 this time. Where are you ladies from?
We're from outside of Washington, U.S. She lives close to that. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Baltimore's okay, so Washington. Great. We are 14 meters above sea level. So, ladies and gentlemen, you don't mind me asking you another question, do you? Here's the thing. I mean, it's not a quiz. It's just to make you understand everything. Now, look how big this cistern was. This was a water tank. In your opinion, why is this particular cave bigger than the other ones? Bearing in mind it was to store water, and it is from the same period, Spanish period. So this is a Spanish cistern, just like the other ones we have seen already. Why is it bigger? What's the ratio? What's the criteria? No, for distribution. Right more? Not more? Rich people. It was the house of a baron. Baron, in Spanish, no? Baron. Because if you are Spanish, now, 300 years ago, if you were Spanish, this is your town, you know? It's like a colony. I go to Napoli, I'm from Aragon, from Catalonia, doesn't matter. I'm Spanish, I go to a villa. I don't go to a condominium. That's for the working class. Don't get me wrong, not to the poor, the working class. For example, we are a condominium and we have one well to share. If you're a Spanish baron or a prince or a duke, you have more access to the water. Because you are, first of all, entitled, and secondly, you are economically privileged. So you can do a bigger system for a bigger palazzo. That's the criteria. The water is the same, but if you're rich, you can pay an extra tax that the working class don't have to pay. The tax to have the water clean. Look, don't believe your eyes. Steps. What are those steps over there? It was the way for the clean to reach the underground water. Say, the ladies at Barbers, one day she sees the water is dirty, dusty, you know, like that superficial mud to get in the water. You call the cleaner. And so the cleaner puts the feet and the hands there to climb down with a rope. But he walks on this wall, you see, near the water, with a stick in the net to remove and fish out the impurities, the mud, the dirt. So I clean these couple of systems. Go to the other one, they are my clients, 7, 8 clients. These are my clients. I work for every week. So I clean yours. How do I get from these ladies to the other ladies a sister if they live 1 block away? I should go up the well. I use the tunnel. Because the tunnel was not only the connection for the water, but also was the connection for the cleaner. And the cleaner was not exactly an NBA basketball player. You know what I mean? The short guy was a 150, 155, 4 feet, 6 inches. A short guy, short Italian, I'm a cleaner. So I clean those, I have 7, 8 clients. 9 p.m. I finish. How do I get paid? mine. I don't eat meat. She leaves the money there, there's a scoop. So I go, take the money, the other lady lives on the second floor, she left food for me. I go second floor, this is how I pay. But what if one of the clients had not paid the fee? That could happen. You work 9 hours, 10 hours, you didn't get paid. What would the cleaner do that problem? What would the cleaner do? No. No. We are Italians, very clean, very gentle. We take a souvenir from the apartment. See, it's another way. But don't eat, but if the client didn't pay, hey, I get some money for me. I work, it's the service. You get what you get. You memorize when the client didn't pay. Yes, did. So you just go into the house and the guy didn't pay. From the well, you're in the kitchen. Oh, Marino. Oh, something else. Hey, little wine, candy. What else? Oh, jewels, money. Fabergé eggs, I don't know which people have. I come from a normal background. So, like this thing, oh, it's not else. Don't you mind that? You take something, you go away. Next day, the family was involved. It's like, wait a minute. What is my Fabergé eggs collection? The lantern. It's not there anymore. What is it? It's gone. When you ask your neighbors, did you see it lying in the house? No. Who did it? The ghost of the apartment. I love my city. We are good kids, not bad kids. Good kids. Because 300 years ago, we did believe that in the house there's a spirit. You know the difference between a ghost and a poltergeist? Like the ghost is like, oh, what the ghost? The poltergeist moves objects and things. So we believe that in the house there was a poltergeist who was controlling good and bad. You found money, the ghost was happy and let you like a surprise. If the ghost was angry, he took something away from you. And you want to know the name of the ghost in the apartment? It's amazing. Munashir, the little monk. In English. Because technically that was wearing like a hoodie and a long tunic like a robe of brown color for the humidity and temperature of the place. And he looked like a little monk, like a monk from a monastery. So people didn't have electricity like today. They had a candle, no? You hear a noise, you go down the hall, and you see the kitchen is a small figure. And it goes away. And the money is found and gone. The little monk. And today we still believe in the tradition of the little monk. We use a statue in Naples, in the houses. We put a statue of the little monk to protect the house from the gate. It's like a good luck charm. It's a small statue, it's like 4 centimeters, doesn't take too much space, and it's made of ceramic, traditional. Before it was made of wood. Because if people didn't have access to ceramic, they didn't know it. Good story, no? You will see the little monk at the end of the tomb. I show it to you. And later I tell you a funny story about the monk. Now, we are very serious. I show you anti-Nazi propaganda, and then we go to talk about the monk. Now, this is against Hitler. This is Hitler. This is Tojo, which was the Japanese commander of the Pacific Army, and Mussolini. Look, they are crying, or they look worried. Why? They are losing the war. So it's anti-Nazi propaganda. And here you see Vinceremo. Vinceremo was a fascist motto. It was used by the propaganda in Italy. It means we will win. It was used by Mussolini when Italy was they lost, and the people crossed it. And here you see a Savoia Marchetti. That's an Italian plane responsible for the bombings in Spain and Greece too. And here you see a tank that is a German Panzer that is from the Wehrmacht. So people put things we don't like versus things and people we like. Next we have a guitar, good for the music. We have the woman, symbolizing love. And what is the thing that Italians love the most? Pizza, pasta, carbohydrates, okay? What else do we like? Huh? Football, yes! to go to the World Cup? Did you hear? Yes. I heard that too. It's okay, we deserved it. You know when you deserve to be out? But we were champions of the world in 1934. 100 years ago. We did it. Okay. It's a long time ago. No, but also 1982 and 2006. But now, Napoli, is doing better than this one. Now, you want to hear the funny story of we close the Hitler story book. We open the funny story book. You want to hear the funny story about the monk? Follow me. Follow the father now. Follow me this way. The monk. Tell please, I show you. The way of the monk. Now just take a look. It's okay. See the well? Come. Look up. See? 40 meters, isn't it? So the cleaner was real. I mean, the cleaner was a real person. Like I am a real guy. He was doing that. The monk is the legend that came from the cleaner. And this is the truth. Because sometimes the cleaner became friend with some of the ladies of the condominiums he was working in. Okay? Became a friend. The husband was at work. The lady met the cleaner. Very nice. What do you do? They did small talk. How are you? Okay, I'm working here. I have a proposal. Don't think. The king said, how about I give you this money, these jewels that I accidentally found in the other houses, and you give me homemade food. So you give me food for free, I give you money and jewels for free. It's all the best for you. And then he says, that's not my money, is it? No, it's somebody else's. So it's jewels I took from somebody else. Okay, so let me get this straight. We become BFF, and I give you food in exchange for money. And he says, yes, that's it. Okay. Every week, the cleaner left jewels, money, something nice for the lady. The lady gave it to me. Okay. After a couple of weeks, a couple of months, the husband saw that something was not quite right in the house. Money, appearing without a reason, jewels, and calls the wife and said, "Money here, come here." They were all called money. Come here. What happened? You found a job at Bank of Italy, or is it something you want to tell me? And the wife said, "Yes, I have a confession to make. The good luck is in the house now." So what do you mean? The ghost of the little monk comes here every week to bring prosperity and fortune forever after. And the husband said, "What, a monk? I thought it was a lie. I think it's not real. I'll show you it's real tomorrow." The next day, the husband opened the door of the kitchen, so the little guy leaving the money and left. And the husband said, "I saw the monk. He was there in my kitchen. He left the money. It's for good luck. I go and buy drinks for all the boys." Hey. Sorry, kids. 9 months later, what happened? The mini monk was born. The micro monk. And the husband said, "Maria, and he's a kid." Miracle. The miracle of the good luck from the monk. And the husband, okay. And they all lived happily ever after. I love this story. Mind you, ladies of the group, don't be offended. One lady did it, first of all, and it's a legend. Boys of the group, don't look worried, you're not allowed. It's a legend. If you buy the statue of the monk, you don't get a kid. You get good luck in the house guaranteed. Also for the school, okay? So don't worry. There's no age limit. You can get the monk also for your age, so no risk. But remember, and now I am serious and conservative, which I'm not. I show you this. What is it, my people? Not pepperoni, I'm here to tell you the truth. It's the horn of plenty. Have you ever heard that expression? The cornucopia, correct? The horn of plenty. I'll show you, sir. What material is it? It's metal.
No, I don't think so.
So, now, I tell you the truth because I want to be honest for the non-locals. Not that I'm not honest with the locals, I'm totally honest with you. If you have the chance to get the horn, it's better not be of plastic. And I tell you why, because plastic is not an insult, no word. It doesn't bring good luck for Napoleon. So I have a good advice for you. If it is plastic, give it to the kid you don't like. No, here, no. The school kid you don't like. No, be respectful. Is it your brother?
Yeah.
Be respectful. No, to the classmate you don't like, oh, this is for you. Thanks very much. House on fire, disaster. No. You hear me? I sound like Billy Conroy. So you hear me? Here's the thing you do. So, must be metal, like bronze or silver, not any metal. Bronze or silver, you're in the clear. Ceramic or coral. And don't worry about coral because in Campania we have permission to grow that coral for this industry. So, okay, buddy? In case it's a plastic, give it to the kid of the school you don't like. Guaranteed. And remember, the color doesn't matter. You can choose whatever color it is. The important thing is that you have to activate it if you give it to somebody else. Can I use another minute of your patience? Can I use it as a tester, madam? Can you please show me the left hand? Like this, Look, left hand, open. You do this gently. 1, 2, 3. 3 times with the tip. A hold of the fist, madam. Make a wish. It's activated. This is how you do it. It's a test, so don't worry. I don't want to be responsible. You know what I mean? Perfect. So you're okay, buddy. Don't give it to your brother. Respect your brother. Give the silver one. Come on. Now, everything clear? Now, at the end, I show you the horn. And remember, the pepper is used in Calabria. That's more south than here. It's anti-Satan remedy. This is against the bad luck. So, no religious connotation. Everything clear? Now, you want to see the monk? Yes. You want to see the horn? Yes. You want to see where the two couples spent the first honeymoon night? Yes. I'll show you. It's here. Come on. Come. Immediately give it to the brother. No, come closer. Anna and Lorenzo. Look. It is Renzo. Lorenzo is Lorenzo. Anna and Lorenzo married today, September 20, 1943. That was the private room for Anna and Renzo. How cute, no? But my favorite is the other one. I'll show you. They wrote reserved. They booked. Isn't that nice? They booked their own bridal room. Yeah. How about that? Huh? That's good. This is love, ladies and gentlemen. Love wins over everything. And that was the private room. Now, we have another 2 tunnels, which are optional. So if you don't want to go, there was one person, there was one man on. So, the person who didn't do the tunnel before, you can also not do the tunnel. What is it? Later. So, don't take this part. Wait for us in the big room, and we saw the other things, and we leave in 5 minutes. The others want to go in the tunnel with me? Yes? If you have a big backpack or a big bag, simply carry my hand, follow me. Hey, I'll see you there in 5 minutes, okay?
Moet je even...
Как съедайте людей. С Божьей помощью. Спасибо. Так. Надо было свет включить. Ой, ёб твою мать. Ребята, акробаты. Только чай. Ну чё? Еще одна. Ну, надеюсь, это посмотрим. Щели. Что ты забрался, Валерий Иванович?
I'm very British in that. Yeah, call me back tomorrow, mate, all right? 6:01. Well, thank you in advance. All good? Sir, you're the last one?
Yeah, I was the last
A big applause for our group. Now, last chapter is easier. It's easier than this one. We go and get Peter, which is the only person waiting for us, and I show you the monk and the horn, and then lunch.
Ну, прощай, пещера. Ёлопала. О, молодец. Так, налево или направо? Главное не наебаться. Чинтик, да?
My pleasure. Yeah, perfect, sir.
Ага.
And the other thing with the piece of like what seems to be metal is that it seems to be like I'm not sure what's in English, more like yeah, like you know those pieces that put on the guns earlier.
Ah, like the pattern of the gun.
No, like the spice type of thing as
Ah, the bayonet?
Yeah, bayonet.
No, 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 I don't think so.
Okay.
No, just like some tools that they were using to remove. When we look at the bayonets, we found the guns,
Yeah.
but then no bayonets no one. Wait a minute, it is a bayonet.
It is? Okay.
It is a bayonet. Wait a minute, we found something, eh? Where was it?
The other room.
Wow, we just found a bayonet. Come over there and have a look. Oh, that working. Thank you. I want to expose it. Found a bayonet. Look. That's probably a bit older, but I guess they still were used.
Yeah.
A bayonet.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Nice.
For those who used it, was that? Those That's But yeah, thank you. Is it the other room? He's after Oh, cool, man. We found always new stuff every day. I didn't know, sir. No. I'm honest. That was a totally honest reaction. Now, if you like the tour, vote the tour, rate it, evaluate it. If you want, you can put stars, or you can also write a line, like a phrase, and say, Alex was pleasant, it was okay. And if you want to put 5 stars for Alex, if it's less than 3 stars, my name is Mario. At the end of the tour, there is a small gift shop where you can find the monk, the horn, and a book, English and Italian language available for you to read at home, not only what we saw, but all the city history. So you can buy something or not buy, you can leave a tip or not leave a tip. The important thing is that you are satisfied, enjoy Naples, and tomorrow, if you're lucky, you will see the Pope. The Pope is coming to town tomorrow. Okay, follow him. Thank you.
Jij ook even een foto. Heel goed. Boven.
Oh. Ну, пошли потихоньку. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Передыхаем. 28 ступенек прошли. 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34.
Das ist auch die Jagd fortgeschritten.
Тридцать пять, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46. 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76. Пульс 109. Где остановился? 77. Вот. 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104,
Don't mind that you would do. No, if you manage to turkey rolling, you'll be a living target. You will change your big boards. No, that's the first time we eat. That will go very well now. That one is good, but you know what I mean? Put it in my eyes. The feet is stuck in the body. You guys are more hungry. No, okay, we don't do that. And the contemporary electrician is a woman. How innovative is that?
Yeah.
Very lovely. Why not? Why not? What is a woman not able to do what a man can do? Research everything.